So today I will be working on this area. As you can see, it's a total mess, and that's what we have to fix. This area is supposed to be like a farmland, a farm of the village that I'm working on. As you could see, we have this area right here that is basically finished and will serve as an example of what the final result is supposed to look like. You can clearly see the difference between two. This is the goal that I'm aiming for this area, and basically what I have to achieve by the end of this video. So the first thing that I need to do is fix the terrain. Fixing all this will be the starting point and will also give me a solid foundation for the houses that I will build later. Let's get to work. I started by removing all the holes in the ground, which meant completing the trails around the village and making solid foundations for our future houses. Then I moved to planting all necessary crops around the farm, finally making it look like one. And as a final step, I built all the houses. Using the materials that I gathered previously, marking the first stage of our work done. As you can see, our area is basically done. All the buildings in this area is done, and with all these additions, our village starts to look much better. It actually looks like a village now, not just one small group of houses, of tiny houses. But the work on the area itself isn't finished yet. I still have to put trees all around the place and also work on the ground and all the nature. Let me show you what I mean. So the biggest addition is of course the trees. They really change the whole atmosphere of the place, but all these little details such as grass, bushes, flowers, texture below the trees, they all also contribute to creating this almost perfect atmosphere of this place. The progress that we have right now isn't really bad, but it doesn't really give off that vibe and feeling that you can get from the final form of the village, so I really need to fix it because potentially this place can be perfect. I just need to work on it. But before I start placing all those trees, all hundreds of blocks of leaves and other stuff, I need to first add one little detail to our crop field. As you can see, it's empty. We have just crops and nothing else. But fields usually have some kind of distraction for the birds, something that will scare them away, and that is exactly what I'm going to add. In my world, I have a mod for the armor stands that gives me an ability to customize them as I want. So I decided to use it to make a scarecrow for our fields. Yeah, like you can definitely see it from far away. It's kind of perfect, actually. Yeah, that is exactly what I wanted. The hats would be perfect here also, but I guess we will go with this option. It's not so bad itself. A pretty important note, this idea of the scarecrow using the armor stand was inspired from the scarecrow that Dai made in his video, so I pretty much give the credit for the idea to him, just so that this matter is clarified. And now that we have everything done besides the nature, we can start working on it. Let's build some trees. In my forest I have two types of trees. The spruce tree that replaces the vanilla one, and the tree that is like oak-ish to add some variation of the color into the forest. All of them differ in size and color of its canopy. Some are lighter, some are darker. They also have different color of the trunk, making it a little bit interesting to look at the trees at all. Then, after placing the trees, I moved to working on the ground, creating this effect of the roots being under the tree, that brown ground that you get after a tree is present for a long time. And after working on that, I also added a lot of different plants between the trees to bring the location to its final form and finishing building the location. Look at this beautiful place. It's finally finished. It was a tough project, but the area is finished. I still have a pretty big area to work on that is right here, but this area is absolutely beautiful. I really like how it turned out. This village is actually my first try of making such detailed and complex builds. I usually go for something simpler. You can understand what I'm talking about if you watched my building progress of the village I made in another world, and this one compared to that one is a big improvement. I would say I have much more details, much more atmosphere from this build, and it overall looks much more advanced compared to the previous one, so I'm really happy about the results. As I said, with the addition of the left area of our village, the overall place starts to look more realistic and more like a village. It's coming together into a big and complex area, and I'm really happy about it. So as you could see, I added some trees. I also did a lot of work on adding different types of nature of plants into the forest to give the feeling of the forest, to give an illusion that it has a lot of plants growing around and all this stuff. And it actually did its work, and now this place looks much more complete compared to the version that only had like buildings and trees. This once again proves that ambience around your builds matter as much as your builds, maybe even more than the build itself. I also want to check out how this place will look and feel with the shaders, and that's what we get. What I'm looking at right now is absolutely beautiful. My game is lagging. That is sad. But the feeling that the build itself gives is absolutely beautiful. I actually kind of get the feeling that I am in a real village, that I'm going through a real village with those tall trees, with the forest surrounding it. It makes me really happy that I get to achieve such level of building. I just can't stop running around this place. It's so good to be in. That's gonna be it for today's episode. I am really thankful that you watched this video till the end. Make sure to give it a like if you enjoyed the video, my build, and the overall process of building. Also make sure to share your opinion on the build and the video itself in the comment section. I'll be really interested in reading your opinion. And also make sure to check out my other videos, maybe you'll find something interesting. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!